everyone. Welcome to another exciting blind commentary podcast. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Steve Baxi.
And today, Steve and I are going to navigate the tumultuous waters once again of the Sharknado universe. And yes, we have enough of this now, I can say, the Sharknado universe. We're going to join Finn again, not Poe or any of those people.
No Ray?
But we're going to... No Ray, no Poe, no Ray, no... Kylo Ren, but we're going to we're gonna get back into the Sharknado universe. You know, Steve, when I mentioned to a few people, or when after Sharknado 2, some people asked us if we were gonna do any more of these and do the commentary podcast for Sharknado 3, and I responded with, "Oh hell no." And they thought we weren't going to do it, but I was just providing the subtitle.
You were just finishing their question.
Yeah, precisely, right. I was making sure that we were talking about the same movie, you see. And, oh, hell no? Question mark?
See, you say Sharknado Universe, I kind of want a spin-off TV show that we can cover on Crisis.
See, I was thinking the very same... on Crisis? I was thinking the very same thing, because these are getting pumped out so often, I feel like it could, like, this is one of Sci-Fi Channel's most, or Sci-Fi now, Sci-Fi's most popular properties. I think they could get away with that, and especially when you look at the production values of a lot of the superhero stuff we're covering and sci-fi things that are on TV right now. I think you could do Sharknado on a weekly basis.
Probably. It wouldn't be too expensive. Now, I guess, you could almost make like a Walking Dead thing, although the Sharknado has just been going on forever and everyone's just trying to survive it.
Yeah, you make it a post-apocalyptic Sharknado thing.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Post-apocalyptic sharks.
Make the whole thing a Walking Dead parody, because, of course, Walking Dead is super popular, and not that there haven't already been umpteen parodies of that. But let's not pretend like Sharknado has, like standards or anything.
What are you talking about? The second movie was genius.
Oh, well, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy them, Steve. I'm just saying that I don't think that they're above anything.
That's fair.
So today, Steve and I are going to do another blind commentary on a Sharknado movie. Steve, do you have the same thing I have, where I've still not gone back and watched either of the other two apart from doing these with you and talking over them?
I'm kind of afraid to go back and watch them, so yeah, I haven't seen them yet.
Okay, so Steve and I are working with just the knowledge that we have accumulated from talking while watching these, and we have not seen this yet. We know nothing about it, except that it is another sequel to Sharknado, and that Finn is still there. I don't know if the girl's there, but we know that Finn's still around.
As long as we've got Finn, I'm happy.
Yep, and that's what we know. If you want to watch it along with us, which... we urge you to, and not just listen to this as a podcast. You can go to Netflix, or if you bought this movie, pull out your DVD or your Blu-ray, and all three of these are still on Netflix, at least at the time of this recording. Make sure to get it to timestamp 0 and get ready to press play whenever I say now. Are you ready, Steve?
I'm all set.
I'm excited, man. These are so much fun. All right, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now.
Holy crap, are they doing a James Bond thing?
It's like
oh
they did
my god,
Steve!
This is instantly my favorite. Oh my god.
And he's got a chainsaw.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. This is the best one. I've said it. I don't need anything after. Hey Finn, what's up? I don't need anything after this. This is perfect.
They can do anything they want to now.
Yep. That's all I wanted in life.
So we wanted So we were talking about the potential of a Walking Dead parody. We've already got a James Bond parody.
Yeah,
and I think it's fair to say that right now it's still a James Bond parody.
So far, they're in Washington, D.C.
He's running.
James
Bond does a lot of running.
James Bond does do a lot of running. He also gets into the back of very inconspicuous cars.
Agent Devereaux.
This is almost a Winter Soldier parody.
Oh, yes, of course. We have to open up with the line, "There's a storm coming." And, oh, she is here. Or at least she's on the phone. Nope, there she is.
Yeah, she's really there. Okay, cool. I don't know how much she's going to be in this movie, but...
I really think this guy should get his own TV show, Steve.
I can see it. He's got the same sort of presence as the guy who plays...
Oh, Subway. Because we've got... Hell, I think he could play Gordon in Gotham.
I'd see it. Yeah, why not?
I think you do just as well. There's a storm coming, but tomorrow is a new day.
We keep saying Walking Dead. This guy actually looks a little bit like Andrew Lincoln.
I want to see the Sharknado show up, and he's like shiny shoes.
Because the Sharknado is one collective consciousness.
So we've already got what's likely to be our token black guy, Steve.
So far. I'm kind of digging the score, by the way.
Yeah, me too. It's so over the top.
Oh, I know. I
And
love
still
how
pretty
epic this
Bondy.
opening is, too.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. The guy with the sign.
Oh, this is great. Did he have to walk through that? He couldn't have just walked around it?
Yeah, yes, he did, Steve. And yes, the rolling helps.
Good. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, this is more Bourne than it is James Bond, right?
Yeah. Well, he's American, so I guess that works, too. More boring.
Run, run,
Powery.
run, run.
Well, we got a guy in a bow tie, so we're instantly
I forgot his last name was Shepard. Is it funny to anybody else that the second movie opened on an airplane and his last name is Shepard and Jack Shepard was in Lost?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
I'm
where you were
just
going
saying.
with that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it just took a minute, Steve. Just wait for me, man.
Oh, they've got a kid on the way.
Is she pregnant?
That seems like it.
How could anyone bring a child into the world of Sharknado?
Knowing this franchise, it might be a shark baby hybrid.
So I really like that we're trying to grow these in scope every time, because that is what a legitimate, action thriller franchise like this would do.
Yeah.
And when I say
they get away
legitimate,
with it with how small the budgets must be.
I think it's more about making them feel bigger than probably actually throwing more money at them.
They've been working pretty successfully though. Like this instantly feels just as epic as the second one.
It does. I agree with you.
I don't even know what the hell's going on, but it's awesome.
Production value looks the same to me.
Yeah.
Although we haven't seen anybody get attacked yet.
No, we haven't seen the sharks yet. We'll see if your point stands about the second one being more bloody than the first one. Maybe this would be a little bit more bloody than that. Or less, I don't know.
Once again, I think that's part of the parody is to try to keep ramping up everything more and more like horror franchises often like to try to do.
No, that's true. Well, there's going to be a different set of standards now that we've seen Deadpool.
Wait, is that guy the president?
I think so.
That guy doesn't look presidential. How did he get elected president?
He doesn't look presidential at all. He looks like
He also looks too young.
It's very strange.
Oh, the vice president is a woman.
Oh, was all this running for him to get the medal on time? Is that all that was?
That's all that was. That's hilarious.
That's amazing. I love this.
I like that in contrast to the beginning of the second one because we wasted no time, and the first one too. We wasted no time in immediately getting sharks. So you would have really expected somebody to get eaten right away, right?
Yeah. Well, someone could still get eaten. You never know. Maybe a Sharknado will hit the White House.
Oh, that has to happen, right?
Yeah, you can't have the White House in a movie and not destroy it. That's just how.
Hey, I know that guy. Who's that guy?
Dude with the hair. I don't know. He looks really familiar though.
Yes, dude with the hair is his last name. His middle name is with the.
Wouldn't you name your child Dude? It's a fantastic name. Hey, is that
Say Sharknado. Yes, that's Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, there we go. I can think of the name.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's the closest to a Schwarzenegger cameo you're gonna get.
It might still happen. Wait.
Hey, I know that guy too. Oh wait, I know that guy from the second movie.
Oh yeah, he was in there, wasn't he?
Okay, so telling someone to say Sharknado when they take a picture is the worst possible thing to have them say. Because then their mouth is going to be in the shape of an O when the flash happens. Oh, look at that trophy!
That's the coolest trophy. Oh my god, it's detachable. That's awesome.
And it
works.
What?
That's awesome.
That's the
They
best.
spent entirely too much money making that.
Or I say trophy, it's
medal, award.
Just a prize, yeah, whatever, award, something.
It's a thing.
Well, now that we've come up with this many, it's a thing.
That's as coherent as we'll be here today. It's a thing.
Have you ever watched Penn and Teller's Fool Us?
Yes.
I love that show. When somebody gets a trophy in that show, it says "F you" on it.
I miss Penn and Teller. I haven't watched anything with them in a while.
That show's still on. I've been watching the new ones.
Oh, is it any good?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, cool.
It's really fun.
I'll have to catch it.
You know, if you like magic.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't love magic?
I mean, who doesn't like magic?
Yeah.
Oh God, not again. I should have expected this to happen on the day where I got my chainsaw trophy. I'm looked upon as a beacon of hope. Beacon of hope.
Symbol of change. This is very Gotham dialogue. Maybe he should be playing Gordon.
I think he should. Yeah, that would be a dawn of a new day, Steve.
Yes, yes, it would be. All he needs is the shiny shoes.
Oh. He has almost a superpower now, Steve. He can tell when they're coming.
Sharknado sense.
He can smell them.
I'm pretty sure
These
most people
sharks
can
have a
smell them,
sense.
though, because wouldn't you be able to
I feel
smell a
like
bunch of
anybody
fish in
could
the air?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this storm smells fishy.
I'm surprised more people wouldn't have caught on by now.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a whole like government operation for that, Steve. Like there'd be a
Yeah, you would think.
you know?
Because these are natural disasters, right? Like, there must be relief funds or efforts, at least, afterwards.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a group that was, supposed to contain it. So could we please finally have some sort of an explanation as to why he's always in the place where these? I know it's absurd and non sequitur and kind of fun not to have that, but I would love to actually build a mythology around this.
You know what we need
And
is the Sharknado comic book.
make it as stupid. Oh yes, I bet that'll happen. Oh yes, there was a shark on the Lincoln Memorial.
That's fantastic.
And then the shark tells Lincoln what he wants for Christmas. Yes,
That's
tiny
awesome.
shark.
I can't believe how well that thing works.
And then the shark lands in the hors d'oeuvres. Oh, Lou Ferrigno just got killed by a shark. Or at least he got his arm bitten.
Old dude.
Oh, we've already killed the scientist guy. Or whatever. I'm assuming, I can't remember. We watched that movie one time. Was he a scientist? I forget.
I don't.
He looks like an elderly scientist guy, who obviously should be played by Christopher Lloyd, but he's too old.
He would have loved a cameo in this.
There's still time, Steve.
That's true, there
I think
is.
Christopher Lloyd totally should be somewhere in this movie. He was in Sin City too.
Something about having sharks just thrown at people and their heads bitten off it never stops being funny.
Oh my God, are you serious? He's gonna surf
Why?
on the famous paintings of the early presidents. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
I love how you were like, wouldn't it be great if Sharknado's attacked the White House? I'm like, Steve, what movie do you think you're watching? Like, you know that's gonna happen. The only thing that would make this better is if the aliens attacked at the same time.
Hey, there's still time. We get an Independence Day sequel, you never know.
Wait a minute, is that Teal'c from Stargate? That was Teal'c from Stargate, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was him, wasn't it?
He's in Dark Knight Rises.
Is he? As who?
He has a small bit as one of the mercenaries that works for Bane.
Oh,
he was
okay.
to have a bigger part, but because of scheduling and stuff, they couldn't get him on screen at the same time as. Oh no, I know what it was. He was supposed to be in a lot of scenes with Bane, but he was too tall and he towered over Bane.
Oh, he was taller than Tom Hardy. Okay.
He was way too tall, so they put him. But he's the guy that fights Blake on the ice.
Oh, okay. I remember.
That big black guy that fights Blake on the ice. But yeah, that's Teal'c. I recognize that guy anywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's got such a unique look to him. It's his eyes. They're just really unusual.
No, he's.
And I always thought that was a makeup thing or something. That's just what he looks like.
Yeah, he's really cool. I love listening to him in interviews. He always seems so intimidating.
I think he loved being on Gate that long. Look at all this.
This is kind of awesome.
I wish we'd cast somebody that looked a little more presidential than this guy.
I don't know. The very fact that he's so gung ho about shooting and throwing grenades makes me like him as the president. Because why not?
I love his really dramatic looks where Hail to the Chief, where he can tell that there's a camera there. The slow motion gun throw.
That's awesome.
Okay, I'm having a huge problem with this though, Steve. There's nowhere to go from here but down.
Uh,
Like I love that we're wasting no time, but 15 minutes into your movie, you're already shooting up the White House with sharks all over it. I don't know where we go from here.
that's fair. I mean, even Olympus Has Fallen spent the whole movie.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Is it just me or the special effects look a little bit worse this time around?
I can't decide. I was holding out.
Because I remember usually being a little surprised by how good the sharks look, and this time they just look kind of eh.
They look like somebody's just throwing rubber sharks at people.
Yeah.
A lot, and sometimes that is what's happening, and yet it's kind of okay right now. I don't know.
No, that's true.
I'm not minding it. Some of the CGI of the actual buildings and stuff looks okay.
Yeah, I guess I just can't remember what it looked like in the first two, and whether or not it's a step up or down or the same.
For a minute, I thought it was kind of a step up, but okay, this all looks really bad though. The
Yeah.
green screen
Oh
is
yeah, this is
awful.
Oh, this is gonna be sweet.
Steve's just like more shark kills. Oh, that's the best.
That's awesome.
Pose.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, that's great.
I want to screen cap that after this is over.
Oh, so now we're getting an actual title sequence.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me that we hadn't really gotten one.
We usually never get them anymore. I love opening title sequences. Deadpool and James Bond were the only ones that I can remember having them at this point.
Oh, we still have them for some movies. But I love that we put the Sharknado song up front now.
Yeah.
And again, it's still doing the James Bond thing, Steve.
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
This is very much a James Bond intro. But I like that they didn't go all the way to trying to do like a James Bond sounding song, just because a lot of parodies have done that really well, and I don't think you could. I don't know that you beat Spy Hards.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You can't really go up from there.
Well, Steve, so far this has been worth just the teaser and this intro. Like it's still really fun.
As far as like the first 15 minutes of these go, this is easily my favorite.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, we're in Florida now. Okay.
But I'm telling you, I don't know where we go from
Yeah,
there.
I was just thinking, like, what's in Florida that's bigger than the White House?
So that was, I guess, the easiest one he's dealt with, really. I mean, they just went after the White House, and that was about it. Oh, I guess there were some surrounding buildings, but...
Well, I mean, this time he had a whole bunch of assault rifles and stuff with him, so he was a lot more prepared than he usually is.
Well, that's a good point, and he's got, the Secret Service and stuff.
That's true, and the president just, firing away.
The president, yeah, that president is one of the most qualified people ever to be commander-in-chief.
It's reminding me a lot more like Olympus Has Fallen, if you've seen that movie.
What was... Well, I was going to ask you if you saw White House Down.
I didn't.
Because I heard great things about that as being... Because wasn't that Roland Emmerich?
I don't remember, honestly. I know that Olympus Has
was
Fallen
another Roland
and that
Emmerich
movie
thing.
came out at the same time, so people were complaining about two White House attack movies at once.
See, I didn't even realize... I didn't know anything about Olympus Has Fallen, but I think... Oh, you know what? I remember seeing previews for that. But I think what... Yeah,
I think the one you're talking about had...
That's in poor taste!
I think the one you're talking about had Jamie Foxx in it, and the one I'm talking about had Gerard Butler in it.
But I think it was played as being more of a goofy, absurd thing masquerading as a serious movie than Olympus Has Fallen.
That's probably fair, yeah. I don't know, it's been like...
Because that's what I heard about it, was that it was just a really fun, ridiculous, over-the-top action movie like Independence Day, because that's what that guy makes.
That's true. I haven't seen any of those movies since they came out, at least. So I'm not sure.
I'll check and make sure I'm right about that, but I'm pretty sure that's who made that, but I don't know. I didn't see it.
I need to go back and watch. Oh, more news people. I hope that they
Oh, the
stick.
news people are back.
They need to be there throughout the whole thing, just like last time.
No, I want to say he was in the last one,
Bald
or
dude?
was he?
Yeah, I think so.
But his co-host was I forget the name of that guy's name.
Uh,
But they had the black guy from the Today Show.
I'm trying to look through the cameo list just to see if I can find any of the
I just
names.
can't remember because Kathy Lee.
Oh, geez, that's cool.
I just don't remember because I don't watch those shows.
Yeah, I don't
Shark
usually watch
in
daytime news stuff.
costume once again in poor taste. How many people have been killed in this universe by sharks in the sky, you guys?
I would love to go to like a public school in this universe and just see if there's like Sharknado drills.
See, this is almost a meta thing at this point because we're at Orlando and we're going to the Jaws part, and these, of course, are parodies of Jaws
That's true.
and any shark thing ever.
Jaws and the Perfect Storm, probably. That's not a movie I've thought about in a very long time.
Yeah, wow. This is evoking all kinds of random references.
It
Hey, I was right. It is Roland Emmerich.
it is okay, cool.
Okay, I want my chainsaw trophy now.
How is long hair on a girl rebellious? I don't get that. Long hair on a guy, yes, but
Yeah, but
how is
what
that?
is rebellious about? I'm gonna grow my hair to
Isn't
my knees.
short hair on
I'm
a girl
rebellious.
rebellious?
Yes.
So
Yes, a lot
how
more
does
so,
that
generally
line
speaking.
mean?
I have no idea. What kind of parents does she have?
I don't know. And she has long hair too.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, those girls are rebels. They've got long hair.
I don't even know what that means.
Who wrote that? All right.
Cool, we'll go with it.
That that kid is rebellious. He has short hair. So I guess we're gonna make this a theme park disaster movie, maybe.
See, that might be a step up then.
It could be.
Because you could get
And,
some really exaggerated stuff out of that. That is a really tiny roller coaster.
but it's gonna be weird because they're in an actual real place.
Well, of
Now,
course.
as much as I was loving all the Today Show cameo stuff from the second movie, this feels a little redundant to do it again.
A little bit, yeah.
Like
Well, I guess it
it'd be
depends on
cool.
how it pays off, right? Because last time it was great
That's
because
true.
they beat up sharks by the end.
And they just kept going with it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that it feels like we're almost in the same structure we were with the second one, and since the first movie didn't have that, I don't think there should be a house structure for these movies, especially. But maybe we're not doing that, because we opened with the whole James Bond parody thing.
Yeah, I guess jury's out because we're still pretty early on.
That's true.
And the cameos have been pretty good so far. Like, they actually got Michelle Bachmann for that. And they got Lou Ferrigno.
And they got Lou Ferrigno, who I guess died.
Yeah, yeah, he
I
got
thought
eaten by a
although
shark.
he could come back later.
That's true. I mean, if the shark that ate off your hand in an airplane could show up out of nowhere in an unrelated incident, then why not?
Have you seen the Star Trek Continues episode with Lou Ferrigno?
Yes, yes, I have.
It's amazing.
It is.
He's incredible in
Star
that.
Trek Continues just on its own is really, really good.
It's really good.
I'm surprised by how much I.
Uh-oh! That's a good point. See, they're actually at least talking about it.
Okay, I trust this. It's weird how
Shepherd
much I
goat.
trust this going forward.
Oh my God, Steve, we might actually get a little bit of mythology for it because people are starting to see 3 is a pattern, Steve.
Yeah.
2 is not a pattern. 3 is a pattern, and it would look suspicious, right? Like the third one, and as far as we know, there aren't any in between. The third one happens on the day that he gets his chainsaw trophy
yeah,
thing.
that's true.
And so people would start to really speculate and maybe blame him for things.
Well, we saw those protesters earlier on. Maybe they were talking about government
I
cover-ups
think they
about
were.
the Sharknado.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at those picket signs real close.
I wasn't looking at what they said, but I just saw that they were random protesters. I don't know. That's kind of exciting. Is there more stuff in this universe past this movie?
I don't know. I don't know if there's. I mean, I know they're working on a fourth one, but
I mean, I'd just be curious.
oh,
Oh,
there's some.
jeez.
He's still alive.
That's instantly more bloody than anything we saw in the first two.
He is splayed open and still alive.
I'm just gonna check the wiki really quick and see if there's other stuff. Um, outside of
We have to
these.
have a video game at some point, right?
Oh, totally. Even if it's just like a downloadable thing. Oh, there is Sharknado the video game. It's a thing.
Well, I think there's like a phone app,
Uh,
but maybe that's something else.
maybe. Oh yeah, this is an iOS thing. Dang it. I was hoping for like an
Five
actual phone.
data. Whoa, what the heck?
I have no idea, but that's awesome.
Is this a shark fighting vigilante?
You see, one
Are we
night,
going
after the showing of
superheroes,
The Mask of
Steve?
Zorro, a couple of sharks came out of an alley and ate her parents. And now, she is on a vengeful quest to defeat all sharks.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to reach in the back and just pull out the trophy again.
I love how convenient that thing is. Was that a laser?
You know, there is a lot of. I just thought of this. There's a lot of Sam Raimi influence on these, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah, there is. I think we may have even talked about some of that last time.
Maybe we did. This guy is like Sharknado Casey Jones.
That's true. Yeah, with the mask and everything.
So are we gonna? Are we gonna actually? Oh, actually, I think this is a girl. Yep, that's a chick.
Yep, rebellious chick because she's got the long hair.
Because she's got long hair.
Yep. It's got nothing to do with the armor and weapons. It's just the long hair.
Why is her name Nova?
Because it sounds awesome.
So are we? Are we actually gonna do like a character thing dealing with the question of whether or not Finn is actually a hero and if he's making things worse by trying to stop the Sharknadoes? Like, are we going
Yes,
there?
potentially.
That's
It could
that's
also
great.
it could also just be that we're thinking too hard about it.
That read to me like a setup for the main theme and character arc, Steve, but we'll see.
Maybe. You know, you could easily just if these two survive it, I guess you could probably have a Sharknado spin-off with just them.
Yeah.
There's a tracking app, of course there is.
They're tracking him.
Maybe you're right. There seems to be a lot more story to this than the other one. I'm having trouble like talking and listening.
Yeah, me too.
Dang, I have
I
to
want
pay
I want to
attention.
find I want to know what it's about.
That's bizarre.
See, Steve, we're gonna do this thing where he is thinking about quitting.
Oh my god, you're right.
At least I think that's where we're going. And see, he's got somebody to replace him. Look, it's Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, it totally is.
Well, it's Dark Knight Rises, but less tragic because his reason for quitting would be having a personal. Well, I mean, yeah, that there too. But
Yeah.
like, he's got a baby on the way, and
Now, the question is it a more satisfying third film? So far,
for
yes.
for the respective trilogy.
Yes, but so
I
far,
don't think
yes.
I don't think Steve is saying this is a better movie than Dark Knight Rises.
Aren't I, though?
Are you, Steve?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not over yet. We'll see.
We're a third of the way in, and he's already thinking that this might be a more satisfying experience. And anyway,
People are going to hate me for that. That's okay.
so I'm surprised I haven't seen any Nova cosplay yet.
That's a good point. Well, how long has this been out? About a year?
Yeah, I mean, I guess she was. I just can't remember. I guess she was in the previous one, but she wasn't wearing that mask and stuff.
Was she?
I don't think. Well, they're talking about her like she was in the last movie.
I can't remember her. I feel like I would remember if she was in a movie.
Well, he's talking about how she's different now, and
I need.
yeah, I think she was part of the supporting cast.
It's really hard to remember who lives and who dies in those, honestly. Like him and his wife, I guess at this point always survive, but then everyone else is just kind of blurred together.
Are they married?
I don't know actually. No, yeah, yeah, they are because there's the engagement ring in the second one. That's on the finger.
That's right.
Yeah,
I like how they talk about how it's only been a year. Like they're not even pretending like we're not shoving these out as fast as humanly possible. And yet, like I feel like the story quality and the fun they're having and everything is still there.
yeah. Well, I think it's
When I
all
say
still the
story
same like
quality, I
writing
mean
and directing team, isn't it?
in the farcical. Yeah,
So
that's why I think they could get away with a TV show.
yeah, totally. I mean, just compared to everything else that's been on TV lately, this has got more legs than most of that.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do think that it would potentially be popular.
Yeah, probably. Well, it'd be good for sci-fi because they haven't had a hit in a while, have they? Aside from this movie.
No, but I mean they're working on some stuff.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've heard about a whole bunch of stuff there that's in production. I just haven't seen.
They they have a really good chance at having a renaissance here pretty soon, and now would be the time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Are they still going by sci-fi with the Y?
yeah. They need to change it back, I think.
I
But
I think so too.
nobody should be in water if Finn is in your town.
That's yeah, that's true. Oh, she's got a robotic hand.
Oh, and so now they're predicting when a Sharknado is actually going to hit.
That's cool. This universe is actually progressing. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's a world
Yeah.
that is changing, and it knows there's going to be more Sharknadoes.
I would love to go back and find like 3, 4 year old interviews or just conversations with these guys to see if they had any idea that this would be as big as it is.
Oh, there's no way.
Probably not, but I'm just, what would the mindset be of you making Sharknado before it started?
Especially because Asylum has had no track record. I mean, like,
Yeah,
this has put them on the map in a big, big way.
yeah.
And the thing is, it's exactly the kind of thing they had been making, except that it's more inspired. Like,
Well,
it's embracing what it is a lot more than some of those other movies, which just get really boring and they take themselves too seriously. And
yeah, I mean, just look at the one you and Eric did with Transmorphers. Like, that's okay in places, but it's a really dull movie.
but it should have been a big joke,
It should have.
and instead it feels like we just don't have the money to do what we're trying to do.
Well, I mean, that I think part of it is just this this
Alligator apocalypse. I'm sorry, what, Steve?
sorry, sorry, I just laughed at that. But I think part of it is just that this universe doesn't like rely on anything. Like you can do a whole bunch of parody with the concept of a Sharknado, but a Sharknado isn't inherently a parody of any one specific franchise.
That's a really good point.
Like if you're
Yeah,
parodying Transformers and Gundam, there's only so much you can do to start with.
well, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but something like this being as successful as it is, and as much fun as it is, again, understanding what the thing is, makes something like Cowboys versus Aliens look a lot weaker.
That's true. I mean, I enjoyed that movie, but it's not great. Especially as far as just like random parody action movies go.
Like, you've got to be more tongue in cheek about it. I don't mean that they all have to be this super absurd and farcical. That's great. But on the other hand, when you've got when you've got a concept like uh Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter
Pride and
or
Prejudice and Zombies.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, you've got to be a little bit more tongue in cheek than those are, and they take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever read
They're just
the Amazing Screw On Head?
I've seen the animated movie.
Okay, the animated movie is basically just the comic. It's basically just a motion comic. But that's I think is a really good example of what you're talking about, where it takes itself seriously, but at the same time, it's just got such a blunt sense of humor that it works.
A lot of it just has to do with having a clear, consistent tone. I
Yeah,
mean, it's that simple. It's know what you are. But on the other hand, I mean, it's I say it's simple. It's also sometimes difficult to take a mashup like with Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and make those two parts work well separately.
That's true.
I mean, work together when they're kind of for two totally different audiences much of the time. But I think you can make that work.
Yeah, I think you can too. I mean, I like the book. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I like the
I
book.
like the book too. Yeah. Well, and to be fair, I've not watched the movie either, but I've there's that guy. I still don't know his name.
And then Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I like that book too. I just don't like the movie very
He's
much.
getting old. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't criticize a movie I haven't seen, but if
Well, I mean, if you've
what
seen the
I've
trailers, and the
heard from,
trailers look really, really serious.
if what I've heard from most people is true, it's just really stiff.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
But
I
I have
love
seen
that
Cowboys
these guys
vs.
have a
Aliens.
battle van.
That was, they do have a battle van, and the main chick is called April. That's a great line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
This is definitely more story heavy than the first two.
It is, and it's almost like we're a This is watching Steve like a pilot for the TV
It
show,
is. Yeah, it totally is.
where you've developed your roving supporting cast. You have a standing set because you've got that van. Uh, we're expecting more of these to happen. Like we built the premise of a TV show, which is drive around and stop the sharks.
Yeah. I don't know why they haven't just greenlit a TV show. I know we're getting the fourth one sometime this year, but just make it a
We've
TV
got the
show.
we've got the costumes and we've got some character dynamics and we've established a status quo.
According to Wiki, there is a Archie versus Sharknado comic.
Is there really?
Apparently, yeah.
Well, I think there needs to. This video is very graphic.
And it's written by the guy who wrote the movie. Oh, geez.
Oh man, that's awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So this was shot just before he went to prison.
Yeah, probably so.
Because when I saw Subway earlier, the first thing I thought of was, oh, if this was made 2 years ago, this would probably the big cameo would be Jared from Subway. Nope, he's there.
Yeah. Well, now the joke just plays in a different way, yeah? Like, it's. You just have to think about it
uh,
differently.
what do you mean by that, Steve? Wow, this movie has put Steve in poor taste.
Well, a little bit. I apologize for that. I love the atmosphere of this, by the way, before we get too far away from it. Like, this looks really Walking Dead-y.
See, maybe they are doing that. This guy's having a difficult time thinking of the words he wants to say. The bridge is, what do you call it? Gone.
Are they still in Florida?
I think so. Those guys are guarding the Stargate. Because we have Teal'c in this movie.
See, now isn't that a crossover you want to see? Stargate and Sharknado.
Stargate, no.
Stargate. Stargate, no.
Sharkgate. Hoo ha ha. Why is some of this writing like legitimately funny?
I don't know. I feel like that was the predictable joke in that situation, but it's still funny.
Like I'm not laughing at it, I'm laughing with it there. That's all right.
Which,
I think it's the line delivery when she says mystery machine. That's pretty great.
yeah.
Just the way she says it.
Just logically, wouldn't he have like a driver's license or something with him that proves he is who he says he is?
I want to know how many people think we're crazy for enjoying these as much as we have, Steve.
Probably tons. I mean,
Because
we're just enjoying it as it is, right? Like, it's a parody, crazy, farcical movie with sharks and a tornado. There's only so much you can do with that.
yeah, the saddest thing. Oh, see, we are doing a Walking Dead parody thing. It, it's too bad that we're so far away from Leslie Nielsen passing away.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he really should have been in one of these.
No, you're absolutely right.
I might have said that before. It's going to be hard not to repeat ourselves.
Again, we just haven't watched these movies or those commentaries since we did them.
You know who else? And this would not be a big cameo except for internet audience. But you know who else needs to be in one of these?
Is that?
James Rolfe needs to be in one of these
Oh yeah, he'd be perfect for one of these.
because this is too much like some of the stuff in the AVGN movie.
I still haven't seen that, but no, just as far from some of the videos I've seen with him, yeah, he'd totally be perfect for.
Oh, you haven't watched that? We should do a commentary on it.
Yeah, we probably should. I mean, it had a super limited
Oh, they're
release.
gonna merge Sharknadoes, and they called it a Sharkicane. Sharkicane. That'll be the next franchise, Steve. Sharkicane.
That's how you
Hoo-ha.
push the. That's how you make this go bigger. You don't make it a tornado anymore. You make it a hurricane.
Is that Tim Russ?
Oh my god, I think it
Or
is.
does it just look like him? I think that's Tim Russ.
The
No,
hat's
that's
kind of
Tim Russ. Like
blocking, but
his voice is, yeah, well, just the way the camera's moving and stuff, and with the hat, I wasn't sure, but you and I are talking over it, but
yeah,
the voice is distinctive. Yep,
that's Tim
that's
Russ.
Tim Russ.
According to Wikipedia, that is Tim Russ. He was on Star Trek Voyager, right?
Yeah, that's Tuvok.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tim Russ is getting old, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is.
You know who else that is?
Who else?
That's the guy who had the bit part in Spaceballs, who was
Oh
combing
yeah,
the desert,
yeah, that is who that is. That's awesome.
and he had a couple of small parts in Star Trek before he finally got a regular role
That's
in voice.
awesome.
But yeah, I always get excited when I see people and I actually know them.
There's lots of Star Trek related people though in this franchise, isn't there?
I guess so. Yeah.
Surprising. I just remember him from a couple episodes of Voyager I saw and Live Free or Die Hard.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, that movie's not very good, by the way, but he's in it.
I have heard it's bad.
It's not the worst, but it's bad.
Wait, is that the fourth one?
Yes.
Oh no, I like that one.
Oh, you did? The
Yeah.
fire sale one and the truck hitting a jet on the bridge and
Is
all that.
isn't that the one that has Kevin Smith in it?
That I don't remember. Maybe.
I liked that movie, but
I don't remember off the top of my head. Well,
yeah, no, that's definitely that one.
okay.
Because the fifth one was
The one with his kid in Russia.
yeah, and I didn't see that because everybody said it was awful.
Yeah, that was garbage.
But that was what, A Good Day to Die Hard?
Yeah, that's a good day to Die Hard. Yeah, a good day to Die Hard is the worst. Die Hard's obviously the best.
I mean, I like two a lot, but
I enjoy two. I think three's better.
I know everybody says that. I like two a little bit better.
Okay, that's interesting.
But that guy's shooting with gusto.
He didn't die. He just got hit in the head.
He just got hit by a shark and fell down.
See, I don't know. I feel like the special effects just aren't as good this time around, but it's also a
They're
lot
not.
more going on, so I can buy it.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to stretch their budget a lot farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't look good at all.
No, it doesn't look very good at all. But I mean, just they've got a whole military base and everything, and all these cameos. It's probably just harder to work with.
I'm not finding it any harder to watch, really.
No, definitely not.
I mean, it was never. It never looked good.
No, definitely not.
But again, it always felt like it looked that way with purpose.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He just flew up a building with his chin.
After a
And now
shark
we're
ate
raining
both of
sharks
his
down.
arms. See, why isn't this like a Dead Rising style video game? Like this would be perfect
Yeah.
for that type
It
of.
really should be. Well, you know what would be great? Give it the Battlefield treatment and make the effects look just like this.
I would love that.
Do a video game where the effects look this bad.
So I'm not sure if you can hear this, but the storm is really picking up outside my window, and at the time of we're recording this, there's a tornado warning in Charlotte. So there might be a Sharknado coming for me.
Oh man, Steve. Well, I hope you'll be okay. But if anything happens to you, I'll make sure and finish this
Well,
for the.
yeah, make sure, my dying request is that you finish watching Sharknado. That's my first thing.
Okay, Steve. I promise I'll do that. I'll call the police first.
No, I
You
should be
know,
fine. Everyone knows that sharks can fly higher than the sixth floor, and I live on the seventh.
I'm not thinking about the sharks.
Is it weird that I think this guy's actually giving a good performance? Like I really
I
enjoy him.
feel exactly the same. I think he's well, he's hamming it up in exactly the right kind of way, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he always through all three of these it gets the material. The character's playing it totally straight, but you can tell that he knows what he's
But
in.
he's just so into it as well. Like it's almost as if he's trying to pretend this is as real as possible.
I wonder how much of a fan base he's built. Like when with people that really love these movies and
Yeah.
think this whole thing is just great and hilarious. Do they love it just for the concept over the execution, or is there a fan base for its central protagonist?
It's a good question. Is this guy in anything else that you've seen?
No.
Okay, because I don't think I've seen him in anything. I'm just gonna do a quick wiki on him.
He looks like a few different people, but
He's probably just like a random character actor. But oh my god, you're not gonna believe this. Dan would know this, but he's Harry Osborn in the Spider-Man 2003 cartoon.
oh, okay.
That's cool. But yeah, aside from that, he's just been in. Oh, he's in that episode, The Winning Edge for Batman Beyond.
So he's done mostly voiceover work.
Mostly voiceover work, but then also just random live action stuff. Like he's in lots of sitcoms and
He
procedural cop shows.
reminds me of somebody, and I just can't put my finger on it. Like it's like I know it's not him, but it looks kind of like him.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, Steve, we said we couldn't go any farther, but or any farther up from the White House, but I don't know. Sharks taking out a NASCAR race?
That's
That's
pretty.
pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty up there. Well, God, this is. They're doing a really good job of making this consistently exciting.
Yeah, and really varying up the action.
You could
Like
easily
just this
make like
many
a
different
top 10 action
locations.
set pieces from just 3D movies. So maybe I'm thinking about this too hard, but are the tornadoes generating sharks or are they picking up sharks?
Well, that's the thing I've always kind of wondered because again, I always get the sense that the sharks themselves are propelling it on purpose
So is it the.
because they seem to have a vendetta.
That's true. I mean, they attack very specific targets, right?
Yeah, and again, we at least introduced the idea, although we haven't said anything else about it, so maybe we're not going to do anything with it at this point. But we've introduced the idea. Oh, I love that he says he's done this before. We've introduced the idea that they're going after him on purpose,
Yeah, this.
and that if only he had allowed that first storm to to take its course,
That's gotta happen.
then there might not have been so many more of these. But they keep coming after him.
Well,
But maybe that's not what's happening.
it's almost like a Batman thing, right? Like, did the Sharknadoes create Finn, or did Finn create the Sharknadoes?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
It's.
And it's
Is
escalation.
that a dual chainsaw?
It's a dual chainsaw.
That is the greatest thing since double syringes.
Double syringes.
Back when Arrow had what's his name? Captain Vertigo.
Vertigo.
God, those were awesome. I'm sad that they killed that character.
The guy that plays Finn, I think could have made a decent like Kyle Reese maybe.
Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah, because they had the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show on for a while. Um,
Did you ever watch
I
that?
did. I really liked it.
It's a really good
I
show.
love that show. I was so
I
sad.
never saw the second season. I need to go back to it.
Second season's really good. You just have to know that it ends on a cliffhanger because they got canceled. So just,
Yeah,
enjoy it
I've heard.
to a very Firefly-esque degree.
Did Dollhouse end on a cliffhanger, or did it actually get an ending?
From what I remember, is sort of a cliffhanger. Because season 2 has all those flash forwards into the future that never got resolved.
That sucks. I see. I didn't watch that second season either.
I've only seen that second season the once. I just don't like Dollhouse that much, but I remember it ending on a cliffhanger, I think.
This roller coaster is funny because every time they pan out and show it, it looks like it has a play button. Like you press the button and then it goes around like it's on the internet.
Just take a picture.
Oh, that's Jerry Springer.
Yeah, that is.
Jerry Springer just got eaten by a shark in front of the shark
All
or behind
because
the
he
shark.
wanted to take a picture.
Now you knew from when we first saw the Jaws shark that was going to happen,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like
it's
that's
got to.
surprising no one. Like setup and payoff is important, but sometimes the setup is really obvious. And yet it works in a thing like this because it's making fun of setup and payoff. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a parody thing, it does the obvious thing, and it becomes a joke. That it's the obvious thing. I can't like Steve. I think a movie like this is, and I don't like this word, near review proof.
I think so. Because,
Like I don't know how to criticize a thing like this.
well, you did the Killer Tomatoes, so
I did do I did do Killer Tomatoes.
so.
These are better than that
Oh
though.
yeah, they're a lot better. I don't know. I guess this is one of those things where if it's done poorly, you can talk about it.
If it's done well, then if I have any criticism, it starts to feel kind of, and even done well is a little bit
Yeah, it's a little relative. Like
relative. Yeah, exactly.
um, this is kind of cool. I want to mention this though because I was on the Wikipedia page for this movie, just checking the cameos as we were finding them. Lou Ferrigno. He plays Agent Banner in this.
Of course he
He's
does.
credited as Agent Banner. That's awesome. And then the
It's
whole thing is, of
obvious
course,
that
to the Hulk.
it's obvious this is made by superhero fans.
Yeah,
Did you see
I'm
the
just glad that
shark?
they go that extra
Get,
mile. Like they just want to make everything a reference within a
look
reference.
at the shark going around the roller coaster. It's stuck on the track, and the wind is blowing it back and forth.
That's
And that is 9
awesome.
years old.
That is the best thing about this right now.
That could have been like the big character tagline on the poster. You're not the only hero in the family.
They're getting a lot of mileage out of the side characters this time. And the second one, I just kind of felt like they were there to die.
I don't think April should be there.
That's fair. Well, she's got a robotic hand and that turns into a chainsaw, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to come into play.
Oh, I forgot all about that. She's got to use that at some point, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're waiting for the money shot for that, right? Like
exactly.
there's there's gonna be a scene where they really play that up. Oh God, get him!
That looks really Sam Raimi.
Yes.
That felt really. His clothes are oddly clean for just
Steve and
chainsawing a shark.
Twister. Did you see the Twister sign?
Yeah.
A lot of these comedy sight gags are working really well. I think there's a timing to these, Steve.
Yeah. No, it's
Sure.
edited really. Hey, is that George R. R. Martin?
It is.
How does he like it?
Martin just got killed by a shark.
Before it happened on Game of Thrones.
Okay, so the cameos are better in this movie.
Yes, I agree. Well, I think the cameo deaths are also better in this movie.
I mean, it's doing that same thing where it's relying really heavily on the cameos, and yet I think a lot of what we're seeing would still be as funny and well edited and as much fun even without them.
I think part of it is just that they know how to use their time so well. Like these movies are never longer than an hour and a half, so
Yeah,
they never
they don't
waste any of
overstay
the
their.
opportunity.
You're right. Doesn't a lot of this come down to, are you making a movie for people to sit down and enjoy, or are you self-indulgent where you're the only person that gets it and it will and it's only for you?
Yeah. Well, these have become like classic party movies ever since they got started. I can't tell you how many times people have invited me to like have like 20 people sit there and just roast Sharknado, and it's the best thing ever.
It's got to be a lot more fun with a big crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. We've talked about this. I don't think I would enjoy this nearly as much if I was watching it by myself.
Yeah, definitely. No, you need people to talk to.
I gotta have Steve. Steve's important.
Yes, and Cap's important to my viewing experience of Sharknadoes.
Oh, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me. That you knew also the moment you saw the Universal Globe that
Yeah.
we do that too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's exactly like destroying the Statue of Liberty. This is actually a really good day to watch this video because as we're recording this, Pacific Rim 2 just got announced with Steven S. DeKnight.
I thought that had already been announced.
No, it was announced as canceled, and then Guillermo del Toro kept talking about how it's not dead, it's not dead, it's not dead, and then just last night, del Toro announced that DeKnight's going to direct the second movie.
Wow, Tonight's doing it.
Yep.
That's wow. That's neat.
Yeah, it's cool. He's known for lots of dark and gritty stuff, but he's also a massive fan of stuff like Gundam and Robotech.
I was gonna say that wouldn't have been anybody's first expectation to direct that.
Yeah, well, he's also part of the writing room for the Transformers movies now. So,
Oh, well that could be good.
yeah, I guess he's just found his giant robot niche.
Oh man, Steve, you and I can only dream about finding our giant robot niche. One of these days, Steve.
One of these days. See, we need to do one of those drifts with one of the Pacific Rim robots, whatever they're called.
Steve, I'm trying to pay attention to this exposition.
Wait, what?
Well, see, they need. There's gonna be this merging storm, and they got to take out all these Sharknadoes, but they don't want to use nuclear weapons, so they have to find some other way to generate enough heat.
Well, they were on a military base, and they lost the jet plane, so I guess that's out.
Because we're leaving on a jet plane.
This is actually quite a bit of a bigger scale than the second or first,
It is.
because the Sharknado is going across the country.
Yeah, it's in multiple locations. Because I thought kind of the whole thing would just take place in this park, and I mean a lot of it has, but I guess they're gonna leave it now, and we've still got a third of the movie left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the storm has progressed from Washington down to Florida. Like, there's just heaps and heaps of destruction in between there.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
This is also structured pretty in a pretty straightforward way, Steve.
Yeah.
Like it's just real simple. It's not trying to overdo it, even as big as it is in scope. Where I mean, like, this is clearly in easy 3 acts. Oh my god, it's Penn and
Yeah,
Teller!
speaking of them, that's awesome.
Okay, I just have to watch this scene. Can you believe that we brought them up?
They're right there. That's awesome.
Are they playing hippies?
Seems like it.
And of course, Teller's not going to talk.
But he's there. That's all that counts.
I hope they do a magic trick and the sharks are astounded. Oh, they work for NASA.
Of course they do. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I'm the Easter Bunny. Well, they're actually interacting with our main character for like 5 seconds. Oh man, well we got family stuff in this, Steve.
Yeah, we do. This is kind of interesting. Like, I'm having a hard
You know,
time
as
just not
interesting
watching
as
it.
it possibly could be. Yeah, honestly, I can't believe I'm saying that. I will probably go back and watch at least this one without talking over it,
Yeah, me too. Just out of curiosity.
and then we'll not like it nearly as well.
Well,
We'll, oh, never mind.
maybe. I don't know.
You know, that's true of Steve too. He's even prettier than his pictures.
That's true. You should see me in a suit.
Steve does look pretty in a suit.
I just wore my favorite one this morning. It's
Nah,
great.
Steve, you rock a suit, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, you're doing great with the whole Michael Rosenbaum Lex Luthor look, though. Like you,
Oh, oh, thanks, buddy.
it's working for you.
Everything.
Why am I so interested?
I know. There's at least like a pseudoscience explanation for stuff. Like I'm telling you, man, there are things we watch on a regular basis that don't have as decent of an internal logic as this, Steve.
No, that's absolutely true. Like I know they're just kind of there bullying about science, but it's interesting.
I've gone from thinking that this might warrant a TV show in that people would watch it to kind of wanting one.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I bet you could easily keep getting, celebrity cameos here and there, and you could probably get a couple of well-known character actors
Well, I mean, these things have just become such a
to
household
be in it
name that at this
regularly.
point, people would just ask for cameos, right? Like Nathan Fillion's got to show up in one of these eventually.
I know. I keep waiting to see him.
Neil
I was
Patrick
thinking about
Harris
that
has got to be there.
just earlier. Right? Yeah.
Like half of Whedon's cast should be in one of these movies.
I think Matt Frewer needs to be in one of these too.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. And Patrick
And
Stewart needs to be in one of these.
and we have a thing called The Independents
Of course we do.
in a movie where the Sharks took out the White House. A Sharknado wall. Oh, this is great. I love how he said, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm like, did you say that before the first time you said Sharknado? They're getting as much screen time as they got last time.
They are.
And honestly, like, it's kind of working still.
Yeah, I mean it is the same thing they did in the second one, but I'm enjoying it. I think partly that's because we've spaced out these viewings as much as we have.
Yeah, but I mean, they come out like once a year, so
It's
your
true.
average person would watch them that way too. Unless you
Unless you
watch them,
bought them,
unless you binge these on Netflix.
which I wouldn't mind doing at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there, Steve. And Sci-Fi Channel did this too. If Tremors could get a regular weekly television series, surely this warrants it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't understand why they haven't announced one.
I'm not saying that was popular or anything, but if anybody thought Tremors was a good idea on a weekly basis,
Well, it's like you said, this just knows what it is so well that I just want to see it more consistently.
I will say that even for this material, we could be doing some more interesting character stuff with Finn. Uh, I shouldn't complain about that, I guess. But we keep bringing up this thing like, why do you always have to be the hero? And that's not working because he knows more about the Sharknadoes than anybody else does. He needs to be there.
Well,
Unless we could prove that this wouldn't be happening if he wasn't there, but that was just like one thing a random person said on the radio, and there's not really anything to give credence to it.
well, to be fair, Finn knows more about these Sharknadoes than anyone else. At the same time, couldn't he just tell someone and they do it? Like he doesn't
Well, that's a good
have to be
point.
part of this space shuttle mission. He could just explain it to someone,
Yeah,
like
he
he
could
was
just get
explained
on a
to him.
radio. That's true.
So maybe he's just got this subconscious desire to be the hero that might cost him by the end of this, because it's still not over. I imagine someone's going to lose something by the end of this.
Okay, what he just said makes no sense.
That's okay.
Even in this. Okay, well then I guess we won't talk about it.
No,
I don't know what I'm supposed to say while we're doing this commentary.
No, go ahead.
Was like, he wants to fly the shuttle or whatever it is, and the astronaut was like, well, this isn't. Oh, okay, so his dad's an astronaut. I think I realized that earlier, but I'm just now realizing for sure that that's what's going on. Anyway, we're talking a lot. But the astronaut's like, well, this isn't a simulator. You've never flown one of these before. And then he says, no one's ever flown one of these into a Sharknado, so I'm as qualified as anyone. That makes no sense.
That's true.
You haven't flown it at all, and other people have flown it. Anyway, no, I just loved your reaction to that. That makes no sense. That's okay.
See, I mean, there's that running joke of me hating everything, but I don't want to hate this. I want to love it.
Boy, I'm going to watch this before I watch other things that are completely confounding my brain and don't even know what the heck they are. Like, I think I might like episodes of Gotham more if I watched one of these right before them.
Or if one of these writers was attached to Gotham.
Or if that guy was playing Jim Gordon. I'm not saying that actor is horrible. I don't think he's
not bad.
I think he's phoning it in at this point, though, because of the material he's working with.
Well, in season 1, he was really great. It's just at some point they kept writing him the exact same way, so he keeps turning in the exact same performance.
That's it, yeah. He's acting like someone who's not being given a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the pilot and you look at that scene where he pretends to kill the penguin, that's really well acted.
Oh, I thought he was wonderful in the pilot, yeah.
I mean, just after that. Well, not directly after that. For the first 4 or 5 episodes were fantastic. And then, not so.
But I'm also not sure that I would say that he's any better of an actor than this guy playing Finn, but then I would almost need this guy to be in a serious role, to be sure.
I might just check out one of the random procedurals he's in, just to see if he's any good. Like, he's in CSI episodes. I might just watch those.
I also think that we might be seeing him improve through these.
That's true. Because I don't remember liking him nearly as much as we do right now back when we were watching the first one.
I think we weren't, but I also think, to be fair, that there was no reason to expect that he was going to keep going and that he was even supposed to. I mean, we knew we had a main guy.
Yeah.
But like these movies are about this guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a character arc all the way through this, which is interesting. I mean, it's a very loose character arc, but it's an arc.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. You mentioned the idea of Sharknado comics.
Yeah.
IDW needs that license because Sharknado, because they did that big zombie thing. They've done a couple zombie things where they used that as an excuse to cross different properties they have.
Yes.
You need Sharknado meeting a lot of the things they have, right? Like Ghostbusters versus Sharknado is a really cool idea.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could totally see that.
Star Trek versus Sharknadoes, Ninja Turtles versus Sharknadoes, Transformers versus Sharknadoes.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I want to see an episode of X-Files where Mulder's investigating the Sharknadoes.
Yeah.
That's gotta happen.
Shark X-Nado.
That just sounds like the anime adaptation of Sharknado.
How loud's the rain outside, Steve?
It's pretty loud. It's actually swirling. Pretty dangerous.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, it's actually kind of swirling.
I wish so badly that we were doing this on camera and that you could like turn your camera and show it to us.
I'm not sure how well the picture would come because my windows aren't exactly the best, but even so, yeah.
And then while I'm asking you this, Finn says, "Have you seen what's going on outside?"
Yeah, I have. It's right there.
The storms, they're getting bigger. He's like, yeah. If I see Steve get eaten by Sharknado, I'll be sure and describe it to everyone.
You see, the camera needs to be on just for that. Because wouldn't you want to have that on file?
This has always been true, but her makeup is atrocious. Yes. She has way too much of it, and
in every movie. In all three of them, she just has too much makeup. It's weird.
Unfortunately, as memorable as he has become for me, she is not. Like, we
Yeah.
couldn't even remember if it was the same actress between the first two.
I think part of it is also just like she's clearly not enjoying this as much as he is. Like she's got no chemistry with him whatsoever,
She's not into it.
which is a shame because she's got a robotic chainsaw hand. How does she not
Yeah, I
love
mean,
that?
and this is. Well, I just like that he's eating it up the way he is because it's his franchise. They keep making these. He gets to. First of all, he gets to keep working, but I mean, like he's got his definitive role right now,
Yeah.
and as goofy and ridiculous and farcical as it is, uh, he could have a long running stint at cons,
Yeah, just doing
having
these.
just done these. Yeah,
I mean, the sales for the first couple of these are fantastic. Like he's
yeah.
kind of set. Now, the girl, his wife in these movies, we clearly don't like, but I like Nova a lot. I wish they would spend more time
I'm
together.
I'm not saying I dislike her. I just she hasn't gotten hardly anything to do in this movie, but she's just not that memorable.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I would lean more strongly towards I just don't like. I feel like we're wasting more time with her than when we're with anyone else.
But you're right, Nova is just eating it up.
Yeah, Nova's great. She's a lot of fun.
Wait a minute, she is still pregnant, right?
Yes.
Like she hasn't had the baby. Are you serious? She's gonna go up in a shuttle? Why is she? Why do they even need her?
That's a good question. Is that a chainsaw attached to a gun?
It is.
Okay.
Well, it's a giant knife
Like
attached to a
it's like a
gun.
bayonet style.
Yeah. Now you're right though. Nova, on the other hand, like she's getting this material and really
She's
into it, and
she's like female Mad Max. She's
yeah,
very
no, it's
over.
hilarious. And she's got, I don't know. She reminds me of like every female action hero in any like horror or dark occult thing I've ever seen,
Yeah.
right? Like
No, totally.
she should be taking on vampires and
She's
stuff.
got a Sarah Connor Buffy thing going for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got, I mean maybe even closer to like Faith or something,
Yeah.
just in the look, because she's certainly. Wait, does his dad also own that diner?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
We skipped over some of the dialogue, so I'm not positive, but I think so.
Well, that's what happens when you make an hour and a half reaction video.
That is what we're doing, aren't we?
Oh, it is.
Geekvolution is not above the reaction video.
That's right, yeah. Luckily for us, it's still legal to do that without giving any of that away to the Fine Brothers.
Well, it's because we don't title them reaction.
No, we still, well, but
I'm not crazy about these kids either. Just throwing that out there as well.
I keep forgetting about them.
Yeah, that's my thing is that they just keep showing up to shoot things and then they disappear. And I wish they had like more of a.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but just a lot of these supporting characters, their acting is not up to Finn's caliber. Get it? Get it? Caliber. Oh, is that his daughter?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
And she's
All right, I'm piecing it together. I'm piecing this intricate, complex story together.
she's not a consistent actress throughout all three, is she?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know.
And then that kid is just a random dude that she met while on the roller coaster.
Wait, how did he blow up that shark?
Magic bullets.
Because he didn't even shoot. He just, like, held his gun out and then it exploded.
Isn't that how guns work?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's how that caliber of rounds work, Steve.
It's like a bad Ed, Ed, Eddie joke. I missed that show, by the way.
You know, this movie is really surprising me because they're gonna
Of
kiss.
course. It's gotta happen.
Because it anticipated my criticism of we started with the White House.
Yeah, sure. Oh, jeez.
And he's dead.
Well, he also waited a little bit too long to go in that door, no? Like, he just kind of stood there with the door about to close while he was standing there.
No, I totally agree with you. Okay, no, you need to just start running. You see that much blood? There's no way he's gonna survive that. That is. I'm sorry, but the inside of that shuttle just looks really generic and like it was made for a kid in somebody's basement.
Still better than that Michael Bay movie. What's it called? Armageddon? Yeah,
Armageddon?
Armageddon.
A lot of things are better than
It's
that.
true. I think I said this earlier, but the score and atmosphere of this is just gold.
It's good.
It's I don't know if this is the best of the three, but
Somebody's having so much fun.
yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's any worse than the other two. I've heard people say that like it really lost steam and tanked with this one, but
How?
unless something happens in the next 18 minutes that will somehow or rather just turn me off to the Sharknado franchise.
Okay, I bet you this. I bet you that people are angry with this because it ends on a cliffhanger.
I hope it does.
I kind of
I
hope it
hope
does
it
too.
ends on a cliffhanger. That would be great.
I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to break the formula by making this end on a cliffhanger.
I think that would be
That
hilarious.
would be awesome.
I want to see that happen. Yep, we got bigger. We're out in space now.
From space, we're going to destroy the Sharknado.
That lighting looked hilarious. Yes, because that looks like it actually came from the explosion.
That looks like the console you see at a movie theater before the movie starts. You remember those things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just a pregnant woman in a space shuttle.
Because that's safe.
Well, she's like 6, 7 months along. They wouldn't let her on an airplane.
I'm telling you, it's a shark human hybrid baby. It's just more powerful.
See, I would love to think that that's a joke, but there's every possibility.
You know what it is.
She's going to have that at the end, and it's going to have a shark face.
You know what this is. This is one of the multiple Earths on the Flash, and this is where King Shark comes from.
See, it's got to be. Have you watched that yet?
I have.
They had the obligatory Sharknado reference, but it was pretty good.
It was, yeah, I enjoyed it.
That reference was, but I mean, even that reference I thought was pretty well placed.
Yeah, and I love how much they did with King Shark. I love King Shark. He's great.
And he looks wonderful. Like he looks as good or better than their Grodd. Yeah.
Well, until the end. The whole ending on the water I thought looked awful. But aside.
Oh really? I guess I wasn't looking that close at it, but
I'll have to rewatch it. But
it's not an easy thing to pull off. I don't think.
No, definitely not. It just reminded me of that scene from the first season where he does that super punch thing, and it looks really obviously.
Oh, that was yeah. I guess the problem is I'm not expecting as much from it expect-wise as I used to. Since then, and since CGI Barryface up right close to the screen, which they keep showing us at the beginning of every episode. Stop showing that! It's awful! It's Superman Returns bad! And it's on television! Stop it! So, Sharknado.
Yes. Shark. Oh!
They're gonna die this time, aren't
great.
they? See, like, they killed them last time. Like, they managed to kill the sharks, but this time...
The tables have turned.
So it's like a building cameo, Steve. It's like... maybe that's the joke, is that it's like we subverted expectations by letting them survive last time, but we keep making more movies, and we can't let that stand. They're famous people. They have to die. But then we haven't seen Penn and Teller die yet.
Not yet. I don't know. I feel like Penn and Teller will be almost like the Nick Furies of this franchise, and we'll see them go along to future installments.
Uh-huh. Will you be real surprised if we don't see them again?
I'll be pretty surprised.
I'll be pretty surprised.
Because they did nothing with them. They were hilarious in that scene, but they haven't done anything with them yet.
It's hard to believe that they would be in there and not get attacked, especially because they do so much kind of gross out humor stuff in their stage act.
Yeah. Like, this is totally up their alley. They need to do something.
Steve, I'm thinking about going to Las Vegas just to see their show.
Oh, you should. That'd be awesome.
I want to see it so bad.
You should. That's awesome.
And I want to see it while... Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
I'm go there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, she and I have been watching Penn and Teller stuff together for years. Like, she and I have watched most of BS, and
That's awesome.
And she watches. She's seen more episodes of their current show than I have.
If you can get tickets, then yeah, definitely go and check them out live. I would love to do that at some point as well.
Because they're starting to get up in years. Like I
Exactly.
want to make sure and see them before they've retired.
Yeah, exactly.
Done. Dun, dun, dun.
This is
We're
really
talking
epic.
over a really, yeah, I was gonna say emotional scene, Steve.
It's reminded me of The Martian, which is an awesome movie, by the way. I just feel the need to point that out.
I still haven't had a chance to sit down and watch that.
I'm not sure if it's on Blu-ray yet or not, but if it
I
is,
think no, it
is it?
is. It
Okay.
is. It's been out for a few weeks now,
Oh, geez, I gotta go buy it then.
or a couple weeks. Well, I think maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw it at the store. See, now you got me not sure. Okay, that actually looks okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty good for the most part.
The effects in this are real inconsistent.
Yeah, well, it's probably like what you said earlier. They're just like stretching their budget more, so certain scenes look better than others.
Yeah, like this is ridiculous, but I'm still kind of okay with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have to go back and watch the first two and just see like how much of a difference there is, if any.
Well, some of it is an adjustment because the first one looked better than it had any right
That's
to.
true. Yeah. Well, the first one, for all intents and purposes, should have looked like a PS1 game, and it didn't.
Yeah, precisely.
So
So now we're holding it to higher
yeah, because a
standards.
second ago I was gonna make a joke about this looking like a
Visual
PS2 game, but I'm not sure if that's a
standards.
compliment or an insult.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know how to criticize this.
I'm gonna
This is breaking my critic meter hard.
I'm gonna
Like
send you $20 for Geeks United, and you're gonna review these movies. That'll be my request.
I don't have that program anymore. You'll have to become a Patreon subscriber.
I'll do that too.
Oh God, I can only imagine. Steve Baxi is on my channel 2-3 times a week, and he gets on Patreon just to make me review these movies.
I would do it.
And the sad thing is, I don't think he's kidding.
I'm not.
I kind of think he's gonna make me do it.
Yeah, I'm not joking at all.
Oh, oh no. Don't expect 20-minute rewinds.
No, I'll expect 40-minute rewinds. Look,
Maybe
man, if
all
Underdog can
50th
get 40 minutes, so can this.
Underdog did not get 40 minutes.
Did he get 40 minutes or did he get
I
30
think it
minutes?
might have gotten like 30, 35.
Because that's better.
I had a lot to say about that movie.
Exactly, my point. You know, this NASA headquarters actually
Maybe
looks pretty
I
good.
parody it the way I did superhero movie. Anyway, I'm sorry, what?
I just said the NASA headquarters actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. But they probably just went and shot that on location somewhere.
Probably.
Like, all the sets that look really good are probably not sets.
That's true.
This father-son thing is kind of cool.
I'm digging it, yeah.
And he's going to make a big epic sacrifice here. Oh, you know what? They're paying that theme off, Steve. Why do you always have to be the hero? And now the
because
father's
he's not this time.
Yeah, no, his dad. I mean, he's helping,
But like his
but
need to help is what inevitably gets his dad involved in. That's why he dies. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. But on the other hand, I mean, like he can't feel too guilty about it because they wouldn't be able to do this without him, and the world probably needs Finn to stay around because of what he knows about the Sharknadoes.
That's true. You're not the hero we deserve, but you're the one we need right now.
But they're definitely building kind of decent reason for him to be a really jaded, conflicted, broody hero.
Yeah. No,
And
you're
they're
right.
making fun of that whole thing, and they're making fun of the heroes in. Oh my God, are you serious?
That's the best thing about this
It's
movie.
a glowing chainsaw.
It's a light chainsaw.
It's a lightsaber chainsaw.
Light chainsaw, yeah, lightsaber chainsaw. Oh my God. See, Dead Rising, man. They've got to do something with this franchise.
Steve, we're 8 minutes away from the end. I'm gonna call it. This is absolutely the best of them.
I think so. I still want to wait and see if we do get a cliffhanger or not. I doubt it at this point, but
If we do, that'll make it better.
yeah, agreed.
I think. How can they? Great. How are they surviving in space? How do they survive in a tornado?
Oh my God.
They're just acknowledging how none of this makes any damn sense.
Okay, sharks are heavy and all. They would not destroy that ship. That's not how that works.
No, but like we don't understand the physics of these particular sharks anyway. Look how big that shark
That's
is.
amazing.
He's huge. And
Ew.
he's gonna go through it again. Oh, and we're actually seeing inside of it this time.
Yeah, that's the first time.
That's new. I think. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think they've done that.
We keep like cutting sharks in half and making him go through them, but
I
never
think
even
he's been
inside.
inside. Like that's his signature move, right? He goes all the way through one.
Yeah, that's his video game takedown.
That's his finish him.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat's got
It's
nothing
on,
on this.
it's on fire. The shark is going through the atmosphere, so we're sort of playing with real physics. Oh, look how charred it is. Oh my god.
That actually looks pretty good. All things considered.
And he's pulling a shoot. Steve, this is so creative.
This is clever. I'm surprised that they can pump these out like one a year and write them as cleverly as they
and
are.
it be this fun, yeah. I don't know what people are talking about with this one. I think it's great.
Yeah, if it's not the best, it's at least just as good as the first two.
I mean, I loved the second
I
one.
did too. Yeah.
First, even.
Part of that was just the shock of it actually living up to the reputation of the first one.
It was, yeah.
Oh.
This, I think, is me reacting to low expectations.
Probably. Well, that's going to make me curious to see how the fourth one works.
I'm starting to just trust them.
Yeah. I just do whatever
And
you
again,
want.
it's not going to be everybody's bag, but
You know, I might watch that live. We might have to cover that for that week's
we
price.
should. That would be great. This is... Well, yeah, except that these are so much fun to do cold commentaries on.
That's true.
I'd hate to break that tradition now.
Yeah, me too. Well, it'd be on Netflix relatively soon. We'll probably just wait then. Because this one didn't take that long to get on Netflix.
No, they're pretty quick.
I imagine most of their revenue comes from that Netflix deal.
But yeah, this is rated 1.5 stars on Netflix, which is what a lot of this company's movies get. It's so much better than them, and this is disturbing. And okay, maybe this is why people don't like this movie.
No, screw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't like that actually. That's bothering me.
Really? I love that.
Okay, it's pretty funny. But
because it's just so stupid.
It's so wrong though. He shouldn't have taken her in the shuttle.
He shouldn't have, but if that's the payoff.
She delivered. Okay, this makes no sense. How does she deliver that baby and she still has pants on?
I don't know.
I'm just throwing that out there. And like, how did the umbilical cord get caught? And like,
she got a chainsaw, but
oh, so she had the time to, and she shouldn't be able to stand. That's not how delivering babies works.
Okay, but we're watching Sharknado.
I know. A
I'll shark destroyed a NASA-created shuttlecraft.
My favorite line now, or my favorite exchange now in this team, how do they breathe in space? How do they breathe in a tornado? Finnegan.
Gil, oh, that's perfect!
Gil! Yes!
Oh, that's awesome!
Oh my god, look at that green screen, Steve.
Okay, maybe the ending isn't great. It's a little bit too much there. But, I don't know, I still enjoy it.
Wait. Is it too much? He's still alive!
How is he alive?
I don't know! He's on the moon. Well, he's not going to be alive for long.
No, he can't be.
Oh god, what's going to happen?
She's going to die.
She's dead.
She's dead. She's totally dead.
And... Oh!
Oh.
Debris is falling. Well, just run and grab her. Oh. Finn.
Question mark. Okay, so that's sort of a cliffhanger.
It is sort of a cliffhanger, Steve.
Okay, I was partially right.
I
don't know how I feel about this one.
Overall, though, moment to moment, it is as much fun as the other two.
Yeah, I guess the ending just kind of... I don't know about the ending, but the rest of it I like a lot.
What aren't you sure about the ending?
I don't know.
Because you decided you like the baby thing.
No, I
So
don't.
what's the
I
problem?
don't mind the baby thing. I don't think the baby thing is the weird part. It's just
No, that is the weird part, Steve.
I don't
No, I'm
know.
sorry. What?
I'm not sure. Something about the ending just felt a little too on the nose.
Well, I like that they named him Gil.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Gil and Finn. That's the best.
So what is it? Is it that the guys that his dad is still on the moon, or
I don't know what
like,
that means. Maybe that's part of it.
yeah?
Because that's cool and all, but why?
Well, they didn't really do any of the story stuff I thought they might do.
They did some of it though.
They did a little bit of it.
But there's clearly going to be a part two, which is number 4.
I like the family lineage thing.
Yeah. Well, just look at Netflix's recommendations. This is a lot better than The Lazarus Effect, and The Curse of Chucky, and Hellraiser.
Wait, which one is Curse of Chucky?
Isn't that the one where I forget off the top of my head.
Isn't that the more recent
I
one?
think that's the yeah, it's the 2013 one. Yeah. That's when he's like a doll again.
I actually liked that one, or I liked things about it
I
anyway.
don't remember off the top of my head. I guess I thought Curse of Chucky was the one where he's in a military academy. Maybe I'm thinking of something else then.
No, that's just Child's Play 3.
Oh, was that 3? Okay. Well, it's better than Hellraiser for sure. Those movies don't make any sense, and it's better than the Lazarus Effect for sure, and it's better than Oculus. I was just sorting through these Netflix recommendations.
Well, I mean, after a while, you just start stating the obvious.
It's better than Dead Silence. Okay.
I'm disappointed that they didn't kill Penn and Teller,
I'm disappointed they didn't
or
come
that
back. Yeah.
or they didn't at least come back in some way. Yeah, that surprises me.
Well, they
That's
had
weird.
more dialogue than any of the other cameos, right?
Yeah,
So that's weird.
just because they're them. Well, they had, but Teller did not have more
Yeah,
dialogue.
Teller didn't, but
No, I really want to go see their show. I'm gonna have to try to do that at some point.
yeah, definitely so. I can't wait to watch the fourth one
And then the fifth one,
eventually.
and then yeah,
It's gotta happen.
I still say they could get away with a TV show,
I think so too. That's gotta
at
happen.
least a miniseries, and like if not sci-fi, do it on Netflix.
Oh yeah, Netflix would totally eat that up.
They would eat it up, Steve.
They would turn it into sushi.
They would chomp it to bits. Well, anyway, there's us watching another Sharknado movie.
That is what we did.
Uh, so that's really weird because there's a credit that says 2015, the third one, and then the actual title of it is Oh Hell No. It might have been fun if they just kept going with that.
Yeah.
You know, the second one, the third one.
Although I guess after a while the joke would stop being funny.
Yeah, but then it's just kind of a consistent titling thing. But no, you're right. I actually kind of like this title because it's so all over the place, and they went like to a lot of different locations and things.
That's
And
true. The reaction to this would be oh hell no.
yeah, it's like really, we're gonna have this many of these storms all over the. Oh, okay,
And then
great.
considering the general reaction that isn't us, I guess that's what most people thought of it.
That's true. So then it's a double entendre title.
Oh, that's clever.
Well, anyway, everybody, thanks as always for watching or listening. Hope you watching the movie and listening to Oz. Hope you enjoyed it, and leave your comments about what you thought of this movie as we watched it. And in the meantime, we'll see you again down the road for more shark-infested goodness. I am Captain Logan.
And I am Steve Baxter.
See you later.